Hello all, welcome to Tech with Sas. In this video, we will talk about scaling concept and there are two types of scaling. One is the horizontal and another is the vertical scaling. So let us understand it by one example. So suppose you have an application that is very popular and people are using it and they are very happy with the performance of your application and server, and because of that there are more people who are onboarded to your application and they are using it. So because like you have only one server, so how can you serve them, right? Because the requests are coming in more number, in huge numbers. So the option you have to increase the memory or storage or CPU for your server, because you have only one server. So now you have to make it strong, make it like more robust, so it can serve more and more customer requests. So this concept is called the vertical scaling. In this, what we do, we try to make our single computer or server more strong by adding more memory, more CPU capacity, and more storage. But there's a limitation that, but because like you cannot keep increasing the memory or storage or CPU cycle capacity to a very, very big number, right? So second option is when you have a lot of customers hitting your application, so you can add more machines. So rather than just making one computer very heavy duty, you are adding more machines and you are basically distributing traffic based on like some algorithm and serving them. So here, this kind of scaling is called the uh, horizontal scaling. So in horizontal scaling, what happens that you add more and more machines and then horizontally scale your system such that you just not depend on one computer, but you have a lot of servers and computers which can serve the request from the customers, right? So let's understand this by one real life example. For example, you are like living in in a single house with your family, and they like happily living over there. But now your family member got married, and he is so he want to basically stay with you. So now the option is that you will construct like more houses above you, like you can add one more floor in your existing house, right? So that they can accommodate over there. So like so basically what you are doing, you are like using the same land and just adding one more story. So you can assume this as a vertical scaling. But suppose like you think, okay, you have extra land and you want to, in same situation, you add like more houses over there, like one by one, you want to add more houses. So basically, you are scaling your house horizontally because you want to just keep independent of them, right? So I mean, it's like example only. So basically, what is happening? You are increasing the capacity of your house in first example by adding one more floor. But now in the second case, you're adding like more houses like in the separate land. So basically, this is like example. By this, you can understand difference between two scalings. So let's understand the differences between these two, like how they differ from each other. So now, like when you are using the scaling, which is like horizontal scaling, so in that, like you have many servers, right? So and now your customers are sending requests, so you have to make sure that each server in this infrastructure is getting traffic adequately. So not one server is getting more traffic, others are sitting idle, right? So for that, you need the load balancing. So whenever you are doing scaling in a horizontal manner, you have to add load balancer. But in case of vertical scaling, because there's only one computer, so you cannot, I mean, there's no need of load balancer at all. Second difference is like when we are using the scaling in horizontal mode. So at that time, what happens that if one computer or one server goes down, there are other servers who can take up the request. So that system is like more resilient. and you are prepared for the failure. But when you have vertical scaling, so you have only one system, right? So if it goes down, your app goes down. So it's basically a very bad experience with the customers or the clients. Third, third thing is that in this in the first one, what we are doing, we maybe we can call our other servers maybe by REST call, or maybe like we will use the remote procedure calls, because all servers have their same copy of code, and if there is like some dependency, we have to use the remote procedure call in the scaling when we are doing horizontally. But when we are doing the scaling in a vertical manner, at that time we have to, because like everything is part of one code base, so you will do the method calls, or the communication is happening via basically inter-process communication we will be doing in that scaling. Now, in horizontal scaling, we can simply scale up, scale down by, suppose you have, so you know that, okay, at this particular day, for example, on Diwali day, people are going to buy more and more from your application. So you have to add more servers, so to you can handle the increased traffic for that particular day. But now you know, okay, now that event is passed, and there's no point of keep adding those, or keep them added, those servers, so you can remove them. So you can very easily scale up, scale down your application in when you are scaling horizontally. But when you are vertically scaling, I mean, you cannot do that, because you have to basically stop the server and then increase the memory, maybe add more memory racks, whatever. So yeah, so it's not that easy to increase the capacity of a server. And yeah, so scaling up and down is not a easy task when you are using the vertical scaling. And last thing is basically, when we are scaling horizontally, at that time you have to make sure that database is remain consistent, because for one transaction maybe one server is handling, for the other is handling, so we have to make sure that data remains consistent. So it's like major problem when you are scaling horizontally, because data need to be consistent in database. But in case of vertical scaling, there is no concern like that, because everything is going through one system, one app server. So whatever logs and whatever the ways by which we can make our data consistent in database, that's being handled automatically. So these are the various differences by which we can differentiate the horizontal and vertical scaling. And that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Please leave comments or questions, and please subscribe. So I will keep adding the videos for the design, system design point of view, and please have a look, and yeah, let me know.